Then I started, for out there, I started coming
VJing,
in front of the
whatever you
camera.
call it,
3 months down that thing being aired, I'm taking the same walk. I come down and I'm trying to walk to catch a rickshaw, and 2 guys passing from across, making sure I hear it. They say, "Hey, ये वही चूतिया ना channel पे आता है." So that was my first brush with fame. So I knew fame comes with this.
To be fair, they're just rough talking. They don't mean chutia in the dirty way. They don't mean
Okay, no, I mean chutiya in the very generic way. I don't know what dirty way you're talking about.
No, what I mean is not like an insult. It's more like a word.
I'm not too
Hey,
sure.
hey, Chut, come on this side.
No, I think
Hey, Chutiya, what are you doing?
There's no way to backpedal from after you've been called
Have you
chutiya.
heard Bhagwan Rajneesh on the word fuck?
No, this is nothing. I have a friend who was in Big Boss who told me Bhosli ke means come here in Sanskrit. So I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not gonna fall for this shit, bro.
Who's this guy? Who said this?
Arman. He told me on the show.
Cyrus Says, as you know, it's written there somewhere. And we're joined today by one of the greats from Bandra. Not Bandra, actually, Versova.
No, I grew up in Juhu, man.
You grew up in Juhu. I missed it by one station. But now Versova.
Now Versova.
Yeah, because he sent us a live location link.
Yeah.
Sweet of you to do that.
Yeah, we're just trying to be nice to Palash.
Yeah.
He's
one of those people who tries not to act like a star, but he's done 10,000 films already in a short career.
No, not 10,000, but I hope to get there.
Ranvir, you're younger than me. I checked. 72 or 73 born.
I'm 72 born. You're born when?
71. So I'm a little older.
Oh, shit.
That's it. And
There goes my upper. There goes my edge.
No worry. I haven't colored my hair also, so now I look older. It's all
Neither
done.
have I.
Really? No, it's colored. There's brown on top.
No,
brown kahan se aa gaya?
I have the my hair color is urchin brown.
Really?
Street urchin brown.
Street urchin brown. Yeah, excellent. But you were born in Jalandhar. We did
I
some
was born in
research.
Jalandhar, yeah.
You're a proper Panju boy who grew up in Jalandhar for a few years.
No. I was 1 year old when my family moved here, so I'm a proper Bombaiya.
Oh shit. I was so
My
happy.
brothers are a bit more Panju. They're 10, 12 years older. So they, till their teens, they were in Jalandhar. And for me, it's like, I was 1 year old when I moved here.
So sad. So you're slightly, if you stayed there, you'd have been Harbhajan Singh's friend.
Probably.
He's a Jalandhar boy who did really well in life. But sadly, he moved here. Not sadly, as it turned out happily.
I should, at the outset, tell you I'm very bad with cricket trivia. So,
Yes, nobody cares. The great thing with the podcast is nobody checks. The people watching have got nothing else to do. The film got cancelled. The work is not happening, whatever. And they watch this as the last resort. So we're good. Don't worry. Okay, now let's begin at the beginning because there's lots to talk about. Or we can begin with the Big Boss thing, which was quite sensational.
You also went one season.
But I was ashamed. Yeah. But you did very well. You almost won it.
No, I mean, not almost one. I came third.
Third, okay.
I was hoping to make it to the top 5 so that I, stay the course. What is the word? Fulfill my contract and get out.
16 weeks, no, in the end?
No, I stayed there for 42 days, 6 weeks.
Oh yeah, it's a OTT.
This is the
Yeah, it's
OTT
shorter
one,
format.
yeah.
Correct. What am I thinking? I was on the same damn thing.
Yeah.
But they extended ours.
They extended this one also by a week.
It's all nonsense. It's unbelievable. So should we start there or should we go back to the beginning?
Well, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. So we'll come back to the Big Boss in the end.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. I remember you from Channel V. But before, tell us your life before that a little bit. Let's go back.
So I was producing for Channel V. And
But you come from your dad was a producer or a...
My father was also a Hindi film producer. So I grew up on the fringes of the Hindi film industry. And then I started working in TV when I was 21 behind the camera. And then that brought me to Channel V. I think I was...
People are going to ask me why he's wearing these glasses. What do I tell them?
Just to hide my sickly eyes.
I'm getting distracted. I'm seeing myself there.
But that should be good for you. You like looking at yourself.
Yeah, but a bit of a narcissist now. I'm not interested in the show.
Yeah.
You want me to wear a pair? We both go through the same thing.
Are you more comfortable if I remove them?
No. Keep them on. Don't be silly. What do I
Anyway,
care?
see, there's so many... There you
Sure.
go.
Ranvir, welcome to Cyrus Says.
That takes care of it.
Now you look like someone who's on our show.
Too many people have fucking whined about these glasses.
Everything on this show falls apart. It's amazing. You were fine till you came here. This is what the hell. It really broke.
Yeah, then it was already on its way. Yeah.
You want to wear it one half like that?
No, it's okay. I don't need them. People can see my sickly
I
eyes
feel
now.
like a new guy has come here after 10 minutes of chatting, almost. No. So, Dad was a producer.
Yeah, so I grew up on the fringes of the Hindi film industry and I started working in TV when I was 21 behind the camera. Then few years of working behind
This is
the
not
camera.
Channel V.
No, this was with Plus Channel, which was a company which used to make television programs for Doordarshan. It was headed by Amit Khanna and Mahesh
I
Bhatt.
remember him.
Yeah.
Of course, he's one of the great first generation of guys on privatization of TV.
Yeah. So from there, then I joined Channel V. I was producing shows for them.
You were producer first.
Yeah.
So who was the talent when you were producer?
Started with Javed Jafri, then went on
Time makes time pass.
with Luke also, with Sophia, with
nice.
Mela.
Very pretty women. And talented.
Yeah.
And talented. Men were also talented, but not so pretty.
Yeah. Then they put me on this show called Out There, which was hosted by Ruby Bhatia. And for that they needed someone to do the Vox Pops. So that's how I started.
That's why he asked us what does IVM stand for. So you know what Vox is.
Yeah. So then that's how I started in front of the camera.
So you were her second in command doing the Vox Pops in her show.
Yeah, I was the. I wasn't called VJ. I was called what? Roving reporter Ranvir. I think first.
Roving reporter Ranvir. Kahan se kahan tak, bhai. That's fantastic. Yeah. And you produced the show as well.
So that time I used to do both, like co-produce and co-host. And then later, slowly producing stopped, hosting continued, because then house arrest happened with Vinay and me. Started hosting that, and that's how I think that was how my career in front of the camera started.
Vinay and you had that big show which did really well, right?
House arrest.
You met because of the show?
Yeah.
Or
So Vinay
people have this idea that you're great friends from before and all that.
No, we met on house arrest, but we've been great friends since then. Since then, we started doing theatre together, films together. Now we even live in the same building, so it's like in the same room.
I was like, it's taking this too far.
We are close, but we're not that close.
Real method guys, So what is the show called? The one with two of you?
House arrest.
House arrest. That was the two of you.
Yeah.
And from there the partnership starts.
That had that famous, I don't know if you remember the famous Men in Black promo which had
happened. Yes,
of
course I remember.
Yeah, so that's the one. Yeah. So incidentally, they started.
You pulled it off. He looked a little podgy.
But I mean, he's too cute. I think he carries his podgy quite well, you know.
He's hilarious. I love him.
So you were doing a show with MTV at the time, I remember, called, what was the college one?
MTVU.
University. So out there, out there was commissioned, I think, more like a.
So you travelled.
Yeah. So out there was that we used to go city to city, and you guys did only campuses. We did youth hotspots.
Oh, you went to the hype areas and all that.
Yeah. So where the youth were hanging out, what they like, and this kind of shit. Basically, you guys were doing the campuses, so we were doing it everywhere else.
Fair enough. You had better budgets, I guess. We would just go to the college and beg for permission.
Let's not talk budgets. Channel V is no more. MTV is still around. So I think MTV won the budgets game.
No, but MTV is nothing like what we were used to. So evolved completely.
Channel V wasn't what it used to be. By the time it died, it had become like some kind of strange daily show thing.
Soaps, no?
Yeah,
almost.
or youth daily soaps or something like that. So I mean, very far from.
It's not our fault. Yeah. We had nothing to do with it.
We had quit by then.
We had done whatever and tried to get work for elsewhere. So Vinay and you, the partnership starts.
Yeah.
And then Channel V goes on for quite some time, quite a few years.
Yeah, so before, till 2002 I was with Channel V. But even while I was VJing, I had met Vinay. We started doing theatre together. The Blue Mug and C for Clowns. I started doing these plays. So then...
You went C for Clowns?
I did, I stepped in later.
Because I've seen a thing, Rajat's thing, no?
Yeah, Rajat's directed.
Joy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're having a conversation with two old friends meeting in a cafe.
We have a lot of commons,
So they would rotate the actors on that because there are 4 or 5 of you.
No, so Asif Basra's part, I stepped into because Asif had stepped out. So then I came on board with C for Clown. By then I think I had already done one play with the same group, Atul and Rajat and Vinay and Shiba. That was called The Blue Mug. That was based on Oliver Sacks's book about memory loss. That's
they get excited.
Not Sacks.
You said Sacks, but you're North Indian, no? So it sounds the same. What Sacks kiya maine? Oliver Sacks. S-A-X.
So that was when then I got a movie gig from there because...
Slow. No, first you did the comedy nights thing, no?
No, that was later. That was after
You did the movie first?
Yeah.
Okay, which movie is that?
Ek Chhoti Si Love Story was the first film which I did.
Okay.
Which was directed by Shashilal Nair.
Okay, so you're still a VJ at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 2002, I think, yeah. So I had done, I think, 2 films while I was still a VJ. One was this one, and other one was Freaky Chakra, I think. Strangely, both had the same theme: young boy in love with a
older
grown-up woman. Yeah.
Oof.
And
what a lovely story. I'm just fantasy. Just now I'm no.
Come on,
I'm
man,
closer
you're
to being
fucking more than 50 years
I'm closer to
old,
being an
Cyrus.
older woman
Come
than a
on,
young man. So for me,
with those pecs, I agree.
But I can't help it. It just sounds like it's your old fantasy from childhood kind of thing. As you grow up, most men go through that.
Don't let your secrets out on.
But all men are the same. I'm sure they've gone through that phase. Okay, so you do these films and you're doing the plays. Then what happens next?
So then I'm doing these films and
You're
all
getting
that.
recognized now as a film actor.
Yeah, some recognition, but not really. I mean, I was still struggling for work. And then I had this major scandal type thing happen in my life.
What?
I had a fallout with your erstwhile Big Boss companion.
Who?
Pooja.
Oh, right. Shit. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I was thinking of behind the scenes.
Who were you thinking?
I was thinking of directors and all that, as in other people.
No. So I had this thing with
this
her, and then
personal life we're talking about.
Yeah. We worked together on a film, and that's how we kind of started, dating and stuff. And then some major shit happened, which I don't want to get into. And then,
but getting a little bit, no.
It's too old, and I don't want to get into it.
So what happened? Something happened there that affects your professional life?
Of course, yeah.
How?
I mean, it does. Because there was lies printed about me in the newspapers that he's just some drunk actor who came home and started, being violent with me. So basically, complete made up shit. So then that happened. Then I kind of also in that period, my mother was not well. She passed away. So it was like a really shitty fuck all.
There goes the comedy. Thanks, Ranvir. Yeah. Won't be tough from here, guys.
Yeah. No, it comes back. So
how sensitive are we?
Yeah. So then my brother took me away with him to the US.
Just to remind everyone, you already done a couple of films.
Yeah.
You had a good career with Channel V. All this has already happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like a midlife thing that's happening.
Midlife thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I was in my early 30s, I think.
Then?
So for some time I went there, studied there, started auditioning also there. Did whatever little training and acting I have over there at Atlantic Theatre Company. Did a course in digital film, which is pretty handy nowadays. Now that everybody
digital
has turned one person production house.
Wow.
Yeah. So then these guys called me, Vinay and all, while I was still there, that they are making the Great Indian Comedy Show.
Wow.
So he said, because we had worked together on House Arrest, they wanted both of us. So he called me and he said, they're keen to have us both. So I came back. Then I managed to...
Is that Chandrachud Singh's brother, no? Was involved in this?
Yeah.
Because he came...
Abhimanyu,
my memory when you told me, Abhimanyu came to meet me at the Oval,
yeah.
which is deep in South Mumbai, walking my dog. He came in the night in tight t-shirt and jeans like at 7 in the evening. It was quite scary. He came from the wrong end and was walking. I have that memory.
But for what?
For this.
Oh, achha. I thought he come to threaten you, man. You made it.
No, but it looked like that. Set it up. Because it's a big Maidan and at 7 in the evening, I remember he was wearing black. He's a skinny fellow, but he was tight shirt and all that. It looked like he'd come to fight. And he had one assistant with him who was smaller. And when they came close, they weren't threatening.
He's a very nice
far,
guy.
Very nice.
Very
sweet whatever.
Guy.
Yeah. But I just want to remember that. But anyway, so then they call you and you're...
So then I came back and then started work on that. That started doing a bit well. And then one film I shot after I came back was Pyaar Ke Side Effects. And Khosla Ka Ghosla...
Rahul Bose.
Yeah, Khosla Ka Ghosla I had shot before I had gone.
Let's talk about them for 2 minutes. You had shot that earlier?
Yeah, before I had gone there. So you'll see in Khosla I'm really skinny. But in Pyaar Ke Side Effects I'm not so skinny. I'm slightly buffed up. Not like you, but slightly buffed up. But they released only a week apart. Because Khosla was stuck for
it was held for a long time.
2 years.
Baman also.
Yeah.
Because it comes after he releases Munna Bhai, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I think Munna Bhai happened after or before. I don't remember.
But let's go to Pyaar Ke Side Effects since chronologically it came out first or whatever.
No, so Khosla and Pyaar Ke Side Effects released a week apart.
And both great films.
And I got
super
recognition for that, and that put me on the map.
Tell us about these two films, because these are two of your big films in the early years.
Yeah.
Let's go to Khosla Ka Ghosla is an iconic film.
Yeah.
You tell us. Your role is fantastic, and I think everybody who's seen it...
the script only was fantastic.
You must have loved it.
Yeah. The script only was fantastic, and even when I had shot it, I knew it's a really good good film and it was stuck. That's something which still continues, which is the struggle of knowing you have something good in the bag but is not coming out. That still continues. I think that's my life. My Mira Sitara is like that.
Don't worry, 20 years after your death, they'll name a road and a statue.
Oh, thank you.
Everything will be yours. Ranvir Shorey choke. And Vinay will also...
Shorey choked to death.
अब वो spelling की issue है. And then of course Vinay's statue will also be... Because
Right
you guys
next-
are
right next to
inseparable. No? So right at some meeting point, Oshiwara meets Andheri or something. Then he'll be that side. You'll be this side. Technically you'll be on the...
And this is what this is the junction of Ranvir and Vinay Avenue. Yeah.
So Khosla Ka Ghosla, how was that now working with all these guys? Because he was Dipankar, no?
Dibakar, yeah.
Dibakar, everyone was new, like unknown.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
of them.
relatively. I think Jaideep had written one film before that, Jungle.
Yeah.
Debakar's first film, Anupamji, of course. Burman, I think, was making his first proper... I don't know if Munna... At least when we were shooting, I remember because he used to be so nervous playing a North Indian character.
Yeah.
Because for him, it's a...
Complete sea change of person.
So I think it was his first proper Hindi Hindi performance.
Yeah.
So yeah, great time we had. I mean, it was a great script to start with only, and then making it was also great
But
fun.
are you kind of actor who likes to change things and innovate with the script and have liberties with it, or are you one of those guys who likes to be very completely?
No,
the way
I'm
it
pretty
is?
flexible like that.
I
As much as the director allows. But I like to maintain hierarchy on set, which is the director is the boss.
There's a producer. We don't have directors.
I mean, you know
producer
what I mean.
अलग है.
In podcast, producer is the director also.
तो director नहीं है. We don't have.
उसका कैमरा नहीं हिलता इसलिए डायरेक्टर नहीं है. वो कैमरा हिलाएगा.
तो मुश्किल से कैमरा है. Firstly, that's another story. So sorry, hierarchy is director is king, so you won't go above him.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think I work better with people who let me be flexible.
Yeah.
Who let me kind of play a little bit instead of. But I've worked with directors who are like, fuck it, that's what's written. Just say that.
So
The writer has thought for 2 years.
That's the line.
I'm like,
वो एक चीज़ है line. Second is your expressions and all that. Because there's some directors in the old days who would come and enact it for you. And then they want it that way. How do you deal with that?
No, I'm okay. Like if a director wants to enact it for me also, I'm okay with it. I don't because I obviously we are having a tough time communicating if it's come to that.
Yeah. Oh, good. So this is for Kunal Vijayakar, one of the worst directors we've ever met.
Why? What does he do? He enacts it.
And the female role. So he'll come and tell the girl.
That's
He'll
great.
Go,
Yeah.
मैं इधर से आई हूँ. I'm like, you can't do that because he's doing it seriously. He's not doing it like buffoonery. But it sounds like a buffoon. It's just so
but
funny.
he's looking like that doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
But if the actor who's cast well does it, they'll do it
You'll
right.
make a good lawyer, bro.
No, but
Solve that.
this is the fucking craft. You know?
All in agreement? Because it's his point of view, but through her avatar. It has to come from her.
So obviously, if a girl does what he's showing her, I'm sure he'll get what he wants. So he's like, fuck it, if I don't cut to the chase, fuck it, just do this. Let me move to the
Statue
next.
cancelled, Ranvir. Statue cancelled.
Let me just go to the next shot.
I'm upset.
Yeah, I can't do fucking more than 10 takes of explaining to you.
Yeah.
So I work according to the directors. Like I don't try to be all fucking,
Over the head.
Yeah, and being too rigid.
But as your
and,
status went up, it may be a little different also.
Not really. As the status went up, maintaining the hierarchy means more to me now. But yeah, as status went up, I started getting more room to do what I want to do. That is true.
So which is the
So
first
because if you're a newbie, and even if you give one suggestion, they'll be like, just learn your lines and come fast. But as you have some success under your belt, and if you say I have a suggestion, they become little like, what is it?
Gold.
Yeah, I mean, like, or something
Possibility
worthwhile,
of gold, yeah.
worthwhile might come out of
But do
it.
they always say chutia?
Yeah, early part of your career, fully.
No, I'm feeling so happy.
I'm not joking. This is a story I've told earlier also. So my first brush with fame was, I told you I grew up in Juhu, right? So I would come down from my building, take an auto rickshaw, go to Andheri station, take a train to Lamington Road where the Channel V office was, take a walk cab, and this used to be my commute regularly while I was producing. Then I started for out there I started coming
VJing,
in front of the
whatever you
camera.
call it, huh?
3 months down that thing being aired, I'm taking the same walk. I come down and I'm trying to walk to catch a rickshaw, and 2 guys passing from across, making sure I hear it. They say, ये वही चूतिया ना चैनल पे आता है. So that was my first brush with fame. So I knew fame comes with this.
To be fair, they're just rough talking. They don't mean chutiya in the dirty way. They don't mean.
Okay, no, I mean chutiya in the very generic way. I don't know what dirty way you're talking about.
No, what I mean is not like an insult. It's more like a word.
I'm not too
Hey,
sure.
Hey, Chut, come on this side.
No, I think
Hey, Chutiya, what are you doing?
There's no way to backpedal from after you've been called chutiya.
Bhagwan Rajneesh on the word fuck?
No, this is nothing. I have a friend who was in Big Boss who told me Bhosli ke means come here in Sanskrit. So I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall for this shit, bro.
Who's this guy? Who said this?
Arman. He told me on the show.
Is it there on the record?
I think I don't know. I haven't seen
audio.
all the. I don't know. I haven't seen. But he actually told me. He said, "Arey, aap dekh sir Google karo. Bhosli ke translation actually means idhar aao."
There must be some intonation.
Ke.
Yeah, it must be, the intonation must be a little different. I can't believe it. Can't be exact. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Language is derived. One is derived from the other.
Please don't mind if I try to, please don't mind if I don't believe you when you say chutiya is actually a respect.
But I use it all the time with people I like.
Well, then maybe check with the guys you're using it with.
When you're saying it out of anger is very different, Ranvir. Come on.
So, I mean,
it's like MCBC, though we use
I mean,
it all
how
the
many
time.
times would you pick up your child and say, chutiye? You
Every
wouldn't,
day.
right?
No regrets. What are you saying? Especially them. God. Oh, you have a kid too.
I have
right?
a kid, yeah.
So you know what
No,
to say.
I don't.
You haven't yet. wait a few years. So okay. So then that's done, and then Pyaar Ke Side Effects with Rahul.
Yeah,
the one
Bose,
only Mr. Bose.
Bose was Bose and Malika Sharaf. Most of my
Malika,
scenes.
I love Malika.
Most of my scenes were with Bose. That's where we met.
Talking about
first
Bose DK. I mean, you're just talking about it.
He said it, Rahul, not me.
Oh, he's great. Don't worry about it. My crew loves him. He's come on the show.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And he was so funny. They went berserk.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much of his fun side.
You haven't seen his side? He's
No,
nuts.
I always know
He's
him
a great
to be...
mimic, huh?
Oh, I always know him to be a little serious.
That he does. That side is there, focusing on his thing.
Yeah.
Ranvir, we've got to get this right.
No, but he's like at parties also. I think he's suffered me a lot. I remember a couple of parties.
I've stopped drinking with Rahul. He used to drink properly.
But I think
Great fun.
I might have.
यार क्या बात है तो पंजाबी है
I
तो
might have outdone him.
You think so?
Out of control kind of thing.
Bro, that's not fair. Now I've retired, so it's a different story. But we South Bombay boys we don't lose
No. I
drink
have
ups.
a lot of South Bombay friends, so I don't mean it in that sense at all. But I'm just saying that Rahul, I think, I'm sorry, Rahul, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
He's got a very fun side.
For all the couple of times, for the few times that I have...
Ranvir, I can't believe you did a whole film with him and you did not see his funny side. He is hilarious. You can ask the guys, they're holding your stomach with laughter. He's that funny.
I should also hold my stomach. It's fucking grumbling away.
So that Pyaar Ke Side Effects. So both these films, big films, iconic films today, very what we call quality films. People remember them and say, "What a great movie!"
Yeah. So they were like,
and the characters.
That was the intention from the start of my career, was to want to do mid-rung,
But you've done a lot of good roles,
middle of the road cinema, which is not completely mainstream masala and which is not art house. So I've tried to stick to that broadly, and these two were like, I think.
And they came at the same time, set you off. Both the characters were like outstanding, good recall.
And
so all that set you into this.
Put me on the map as an actor.
Yeah.
Then the struggle was moving from comedy to.
Okay, so now they'll all give you the same role.
They will give you the
They'll
same
write the role. Sometimes they write the role according to the last character, which was outstanding, right?
Yeah. So, letting go of those are the sacrifices I have made, Cyrus.
So what happens next now? Now you reach the
so then Great Indian Comedy Show was doing well. These two started doing, and then, start getting more film offers. Me and Vinay got another TV show to do, which was Ranvir Vinay Aur Kaun.
I remember that.
And film-wise, I did a couple of mainstream films also. That time, there was Singh is King. There was Chandni Chowk to China, Ek Tha Tiger. A few others which were not so big also. So mid-rung, small films. So
how do you decide which film to take?
Script, I mean, script and the part and the director. These three things. And it is a game of choices, really.
Meaning?
Meaning which script and part you say yes to, and which one you don't. So if you it's that ratio.
When they're desperate for you, how does it work then?
So then I've done also when there's no work, like many times, and there's no work. Then you start, dialing down your standards. Okay, now, I'll dial down on who the producers are. Now I'll dial down on how well the screenplay is written. So, but some
Come on,
things
tell me one where you feel like, you had to, like, why am I doing this film?
I don't want to name them, Cyrus.
Ek
It's
to
not
bolna.
fair. It's not fair, to the
After
makers.
they paid the bills.
They paid the bills, and also nobody sets out to make a
Bad film.
bad film. It's just they are not able enough.
I think there's a script out there, no? Isn't there a famous Broadway show?
You know, what about that other film about that
The film
really
about
bad
the
actor?
bad film.
Yeah, about the bad actor. Yeah.
That's with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, no.
There's
Somebody else. No, I forgot that guy's name.
uh,
Even I haven't seen it, so.
Ed Wood.
Yeah, I think so.
Ed Wood.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, what a great concept that is.
Isn't it?
Guys, let's make a really bad film.
Yeah.
Like, forgive me, Chhutiya film. This time I mean it.
This time it works also.
That's the name of the film.
Yeah.
The film should be called Chhutiya film.
Chutiye. I think that's
Chutiye.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you had
super.
Kutte, Kamine.
It's
You should have
Chhutiye
one
because
film,
there'll be
Chutiye.
sequels also.
Yeah.
No, the film's going to run. Okay, so you're doing Sing is King, you're doing all these mega films as well. At the same time, you're doing we won't call them art house, but the more driven cinema films.
Yeah, middle
then-
of the road kind of thing. Then there was a Bheja Fry in between
Yeah,
there.
very good
Then,
film.
yeah, so I mean, then OTT came in.
Mixed doubles.
Mixed doubles, Mixed doubles was, I think, was my first lead role.
Again,
Mithya.
Rajat had called me up on New Year's night when I was drunk to talk about this film.
For which part?
God knows now. I can't remember. I was drunk and he was talking to me, and he also has a landline. I only had a
They
landline.
make me feel really bad. It wasn't like like all the parts that were coming to you. I've done, like, I have got
No,
leftovers
but to be
from you.
honest, I was so-
Cyrus jo nahi khata hai, that comes to me
Rajat,
like,
Rajat, I didn't have a mobile phone. And neither does Rajat.
Oh, even he doesn't have a
So
mobile
can you
phone.
imagine the comedy?
You also don't have a mobile?
No, now I have, but I
okay.
didn't have till the age of 45.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't have, I don't have, and he's calling me up and I'm
Dude, if
drinking.
he knew that, he would have given you the part.
I think he knew that. He wanted more communists in the film. That was the whole idea. Yeah. No, I just have these memories like that. Abhimanyu? Chandrachu's brother coming in that black shirt and all. I was like, because the guy's waiting with me, like, who's this guy? And then he was walking in the sunset, into frame like that. And he was walking, he was angry because he had traveled all the way from, I don't know, God knows where, to come to the tip of South Mumbai in a Maidan with no mobile phone. Baba, how do you find this truth? All of a sudden, I've got a German Shepherd. Go find a guy with a German Shepherd. So you're looking for a
So
fucking
he came to
dog.
the park to meet
He
you.
went to the other end and he's walked, it's like 26 acres of land, no? It's something like that. So yeah, he came all the way.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't think he likes me.
So you think actually it might be a problem casting you is not easy? Is that you missed out on that's how they fell into my lap? Because
no.
Cyrus
They may
couldn't
have
be
already
fucking traced. Where
they
is
may have-
Cyrus? He's walking the fucking
Firstly,
dog.
they may have already cast you. Okay, so that's one.
No, he made me audition and all. Nothing.
I'm sure he would have made me
Not
audition.
one thing Rajat has given me without like putting me through the rigmarole.
The casting couch.
Yeah. Not the well, he doesn't have a couch.
Yeah,
But
of course, the guy doesn't have a phone. Couch kahan se aayega? It's
no, but
hilarious.
even the like, for example, the play which we are doing now, which he's directed, which is What's Done Is Done, which is an adaptation of Macbeth as clowns.
Oh, nice.
Same C for Clowns ka theme, clowns.
He's got
doing
his Shakespeare and,
thing. Yeah, so he's got 3-4 of them going.
Beckett fetish, no? He's got a couple of-
It's called the Beckett fetish. Isn't
I've
it?
seen his chairs that when he just come from Delhi.
That was long ago.
Back in the early 90s. Yeah, before
I
both.
haven't seen that.
No, but I was fascinated with him because the first time I saw something like that, it's totally, as
he
absurd
does.
as, as
But that's what I
possible.
like about it.
I loved it.
Yeah, that
Special,
whole
like,
experimental zone of
special voice, if you want to call it that,
yeah.
Without any fear.
So for this one also, it was like I get to play Macbeth in the piece, but it was not easy. Like I had to
You're playing Macbeth.
Yeah, so a whole lot of people were auditioning for it, and different people ended up with different parts. Jim was there, Jim Saab, Vinay, lot of people come and try out. So it's a very democratic process, So what I'm trying to say is that no part have I got without like having to fucking
It's
rakda
not
over
fair.
it.
After doing 36 films and all these things, you say, I'm Ranvir. So I'll be taking this part. It's over.
No, it doesn't work like
It
that.
has to work like
It
that.
doesn't work like that.
Where's Rajat? Let me practice my chutiya.
No. Not just Rajat, even generally otherwise also. I don't think I've ever...
So we think about the theatre. That's the one where they want to be level about everything, right? There's no money involved, but they want you to go to the grind, do the audition and everything else. For the films and all, it'll be like, Ranvir, tu to special hai, bhai, aaja na.
No, even in films I get the same treatment.
Come on, I don't believe that.
I get the same
I can't believe it. You've done too many roles which have been very standout. It's not possible.
No, but I'm not saying that I haven't got the recognition for the roles I've done. I'm saying I've got the roles with considerable difficulty. I didn't get they didn't fall in my lap like how normally it does for a lot of people.
The second
in this
half
business.
of the people's careers, it does fall in their lap.
Not really.
You're saying it doesn't?
No, it doesn't. Not necessarily.
My God, it's a real struggle. Please finish your MBA or engineering or law.
Yeah.
Stay the hell away from
law.
Bollywood.
I'm encouraging my son to take up law.
Yeah. Good money if he can do that.
If you can
but
do
AI?
it. Media law.
But with AI,
that's why more people will be
I know AI ka kya issue hai. I can find everything online.
But they'll sue them, na?
They'll sue themselves.
They'll sue the fuckers who are making it, na?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm telling you, lot of lawsuits are going to happen because of it. Because they're calling it AI. Basically, they're just taking what everybody else has done and making one garam masala out of it and fucking giving it to you. So, that's sooner or there. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm telling you, this is my.
You haven't eaten breakfast?
This is my fasting stomach.
But why are you fasting?
I do intermittent fasting, na?
Why, Baba?
To try and keep this down, man. You've done the ulta, na? So you've brought this out so much that this becomes fucking doesn't matter.
You want to see my burn?
No.
I'll take my shirt off. And
No, Cyrus, no, please.
Coffee won't be enough, and you can't buy daru at the moment.
I don't think I'm ready for it yet.
I don't think you're ready.
In our relationship.
Come on, say the word. Chew. Come on, say it with love. No. Before you leave, you have to say it with love. How can you go to a Parsi house? Everybody saying Benchot, Matechot while talking. Punjabis do that.
Yeah, they do.
It's just a way of talking.
My favorite Chhutiya meme is the one which is with this guy. What's his name?
Suresh Menon.
No. Apna, the one from The Office.
Ricky Gervais.
Apna Indian of The
Gopal.
Office. Gopal. Gopal's that meme which says Chhutiya.
Yeah.
CHEWTY.
Chhutiya. Yeah. So that's okay?
No, I'm saying I like out of all the possible Chhutiyas, that's the one I like.
You like that style, but that's derisive. That's a derisive word. Mine is all about tone. It's like when you talk to doggies.
Yours is all about love.
That's what you say. You're talking to your son or daughter or whatever, and you say Chhutiya. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean a bad word. Why should it be a bad word? When I call a dog, where are you, Peter? You Chhutiya, where are you? Why is it bad? It's not bad. You watch Pandit Suresh Menon, he's explained everything properly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll check with him myself.
Talk about people who have nothing to do
he's
with going
capable of bringing
nuts.
these finer nuances out.
Yeah. He and Vinay also are good friends.
Of course.
So all three of you. All three. Okay, we take a break and then find out more about his career and that BB. Everybody wants to know. I'm sure you're bored of answering about Big Boss, but Ranvir Shorey when we get back.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On this NPS Divas special episode of Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta joins with Shriram Iyer as they discuss all about the national pension system. On Has It Aged Well, Abbas and Urjita are joined by digital content creator Balram Vishwakarma to talk about the 1997 gangster drama Vastav. Folks, if you like our shows, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube channel by their show names, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: IDFC First Bank, Axis Mutual Fund, SBI Mutual Fund.
Back here on the podcast, Ranvir telling us some private things, which put your pant back on, bro. It's not right. So let's go through. You've done how many films have you done?
Last I counted, it was 35-40, I think.
40. Anupam Kher 562.
Yeah.
And he counts.
In fact, the next I've done a cameo in one of his films, which is coming out on Z now.
Yeah.
Z5. It's called
Signature. Huh.
Yeah. So I've done a cameo in that.
Yeah, he told us. What cameo? It's a proper role. I saw the thing.
You saw the film?
You also... No, I've seen the trailer. It's the same track now.
So it's an important cameo in it. Yeah.
He spoke about you very glowingly.
Yeah.
So did Mahima. They came on the show.
Okay.
Ranvir this, Ranvir that. We love him. He says that and that. Only we feel he should be paid more.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. My producer wants to... he's a big fan, as you can see. We're of the same age.
Fan or he's done some research.
No, he
and
doesn't.
You've just gotten out of bed and
Ranvir, you know me. I'm from MTV.
So like, is that Chhutiya from channel? Okay, I'll come like that.
Ranvir Shorey.
No, I didn't mean like you, not angry Chhutiya. The nice Chhutiya only.
I'm feeling closer to you.
Ranvir, that Chhutiya is
now you're feeling it. You're feeling it, Baba. You're feeling it. That's great. No homework. I tried, but after some time,
Fuck it. What homework do we need?
Plus the podcast.
We've seen each other grow up.
Yeah, and you talk about whatever you want to talk about, which films you liked, etc., etc. But let's move a little ahead. After Sing is King, now you're doing all kinds of films. So what stands out? What are the standout films that for you personally, not whether they did well or not?
Well, for me, every film has added something substantial to my career, except maybe the few that haven't. So, I don't want to there are favorites.
Is there a favorite?
One? No.
Ek?
No, there's no one favorite.
Top 5?
I can name in no particular order. Yeah. Traffic Signal was one. I thought that was a mainstream film in which I had a really good part. Ek Tha Tiger, I thought my part was good. Sonchiriya, Mithya, Titli.
My producer is a big fan of.
Sonchiriya. Yeah, that's a film even I love. I'm really proud of it.
I see you didn't mention Khosla Ka Ghosla.
Khosla Ka Ghosla was beginning. It's like
fair, but it was a very, very important character. I thought it was like
a very important film also. But I'm saying that was the beginning of my career. Like Khosla Ka Ghosla and Pyaar Ke Side Effects are actually
set you up.
The
pillars on which the Ranvir Shorey story started.
I was going to use another similar.
What were you going to learn?
No, I was going to do that was my birthplace kind of thing.
Oh, not Janmabhoomi. Where I'm going with the conversation, where you're going with the conversation.
Shoot, yeah. You had to make. You have gotten me down to your level.
Nice, sophisticated young man comes here with, filled with great roles.
And exits calling everybody shoot.
Like those two guys who recognize you in Channel V. We become those two. Yeah. Of course, those two are probably heading production in some huge company somewhere. It's very possible. Huh?
Why did you say production? You could have said marketing.
You think marketing? Shoot, yes, marketing really. Never understood how marketing really works. This is a big question mark. Marketing and advertising. Do they really work?
Yeah.
You never say for sure.
But I don't know if it works or not, but they dictate everything else on the back fucking shit. Yeah. Marketing teams are dictating what should be made. We can sell this, so you make this. Yeah.
Marketing, that's a lesson.
Should have taken a marketing, bro. Took the wrong end, man.
Call me the right word. Thank you. Okay, so we get to Big Boss.
I want to check all your passwords. I think there might be some connection.
No, but you know what I do? I don't know if you do this. When you go to a corporate meeting and all, and they make you sign in a book in the old-fashioned way and all that, I've always signed Hindi galis in English words in a nice, funny way. Like mother, MATHERR, Chut, CHYUTTH. You disguise it like that. But you can pick it up.
Makes it look like a first name and a last name.
No, so the poor watchman has no idea what that is. So he's very happy with this Mr. Chiot.
What if this one of those where after that they call Mr. Chiot?
May I tell you? I've only written
Mr. Mother Chiot.
You should do this. I only put Kunal's number. My friend Kunal. I put his number down everywhere. And he has no idea. He's probably somewhere, right now he's in America, for example. I've gone to some stupid meeting. The fucking watchman calls him. The phone will connect in New York.
And he's saying,
are you Mr. Madar Chuyapta?
Roaming.
Roaming as well. Yeah, so that's life. So before Big Boss, any other film that you want to talk about?
Any other film I want to talk about? No, I talk about them as they come out, and a lot of them aren't coming out. So,
there are lots stuck.
I have at least, I think, 2 series which are stuck. At least 2 or 3 films that are stuck. This Shaker Home, which came out last.
While you were in almost as you came out.
Yeah, as I came out, thankfully. So that
you must have waited.
So that
counting every week, is he out?
Before Big Boss could stick, something else came. So I'm really grateful for that.
Sacred Games,
yeah. So I played a part in the second season. So Vikram and Varun wanted me to play the part because there's very few scenes in it which the character actually has, but the character is mentioned quite a bit.
So he's omnipotent.
Yeah. So they wanted somebody with gravitas to pull that. And I liked it as a challenge because so much unfolds in the story, and this guy comes in
like
those select scenes. So you have to really calibrate and it's not a very simple part, right? It's not just a one-dimensional villain. So the track has one parallel thing going. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
So he's got this one track going with his, where he's calling his mom and his sister and all. and then you realize what actually the larger relationship is between Sartaj and... So I really, like, it wasn't a substantial part, but I thought it was an important part.
Quality, not quantity.
So I went, I enjoyed that also. It was fun playing that. So like that, I have many ones, lesser known, I mean, which I didn't mention at the top of my head, like High, for example. High was another series which I did, which was on MX. Nikhil Rao directed. Really fabulous series, and I really love my part in that also. But sadly, that never got a season 2, you know.
But what you're saying from Sacred Games especially is that it doesn't really matter the length of the role. It doesn't really matter the position of the character in the thing. What's important for you is just how you are affected by that character.
First, by the story.
Yeah.
So even if the production is not great, the director is not great, the screenplay is not great, but at least story I've never compromised. Like, yeah, even the most, sorry to say, fuck all or Chhutiya films that I've done, at least will have a basic good story. Now, okay, because they are not great, maybe because the budgets are not great, maybe they are not very talented as filmmakers, they might not be able to execute it to its maximum potential. That happens. Aesthetics is a huge thing. Na? I mean, you give the same director, the same resources, they can make things as different as chalk and cheese, you know. The same script with one kind of director and the same script with another kind of director, they can be completely fucking different films. Same resources, same budgets. So that's what happens when you don't have good offers, when you're not able to work with good directors, good production houses. So these are the compromises that you make.
But that's a good point. We should do this. We take 5 directors, get them the same film, tell them to make it.
Yeah. Were you part of 36 Ghante that had happened at NCPA? No.
No, I don't think so.
So that was something like this, right? So it's a theatre thing.
Same, but that was different.
I've done 2 of them.
But the same play.
No, not the same. But I'm saying it's.
But the same thing is a big issue because then you have to see the view of everyone.
Yeah. But that's a great exercise. Yeah. It'll be great to have that.
Let's keep that copyright. You heard it on our show. Ranvir, you own this right. You can't do this. It's the same script, whether it's play or film form. It's not important. What's important is the same script.
Even with the play, it'll work. Same play given to 5 different directors.
And some audiences are so stupid, they need to see a play 5 times. Just to understand.
Some plays are so stupid, you need to see them 5 times.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Chhutiya to that.
Chhutiya to all. Big Boss. So I read a lot of stuff online when you were there. You said, I think my son was out of
he was out of the country with his mom. Yeah.
So I'm familyless for 6 weeks or 1 month or whatever. It fitted the time frame.
Yeah. So I had no work.
It all fell into.
Yeah, and these guys have been calling me every year, man. Like
me too.
Since I did Khatron Ke Khiladi.
It's like that girl is so ugly, but you have to sleep. Not sleep. Go out with her.
Okay, fuck, Cyrus, you're like a
walking cancellation.
Yeah, fuck, man. Really, gotta hand it to you.
And I don't drink.
Yeah. Thank God you have your own podcast because I don't know how many people must be fucking calling you for podcast. Dude.
They call and then they send me off.
Fucking take it easy. You don't have to say everything inappropriate.
Yeah. I was just trying to find a nice, significant metaphor, but to abhi haar gaya.
Anyway, so I was saying, so I had no work at the time. Last thing I shot was in March. April goes, May goes, June goes, and then...
This is July.
June. So then, and I still had nothing. I had the only other offer I had was another reality TV show, which was like a 10-day gig.
Why did you take that, but 10 days and out?
Because 30 days is more than 10 days.
Money point of view,
So that's why I took this. And little did I know what fucking fuckery I'm getting myself into.
We had similar issues at the end, which is the food, man. I couldn't. It's just
not just everything, man. Yeah. So I mean, after I came out, I realized actually what I'd gotten myself into. They say fools go where angels fucking what is it called?
Fear to tread.
So it was for me. It was that like a chhutiya, I went in there not knowing...
This time he means it as an insult.
Not knowing what I'm actually fully getting myself into. But then once I was in first 1 week, then I was
didn't even know we have to share the room. I thought we'd get a separate room.
That I knew, that we're in the same room and all that. Yeah.
So you're stuck with all these people in one room for so long and they're stuck with you.
And I don't know what your experience was, but I just felt like the people who are coming there to participate and the people who are watching, they've made a fucking stereotype of this show. Like you have to come there and
fight.
I'm
That
like,
you felt
fuck.
that, no?
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
are acting. Active fighting
Yes,
is such a waste
they're
of time.
coming and like fucking
be really angry.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
pretend. It's ridiculous. तूने क्या किया? क्यों किया? Like, where's it
And
coming from?
more than that, I'm saying angry, chalo, whatever. I'm saying this thing of
तू
for,
मैं मैं.
yeah, for nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm saying, like, you don't have to. Don't feel the pressure of a TV show. That's their fucking
totally
problem.
agree.
The guy who's running the show.
Absolutely.
It's his problem. He'll figure out what to put. You don't feel the performance. 200 cameras on me and I'm not doing anything. And so, kyunki I lauda lasun bench. You know, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, the other thing I could understand why they have to do makeup every time you have this Saturday thing.
Array, makeup, these guys, I mean, in my season,
2 hours to
they
get
would
ready.
wake up, get up.
2 hours to get ready.
Yeah, get ready and then everybody's ready and sitting around the house. Some girls are doing bartan fully ready. I'm like, what the fuck?
And looking like they're ready for a TV serial performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. I was just like, why would you bother? You're stuck
Dude,
here.
this
Just
is a once in a
brush
lifetime.
your teeth and that's it.
Yeah,
Nothing more.
once in your lifetime experience
Fair,
and it's once
It's
in
a good
lifetime.
experience. You appreciate home, you appreciate your life, you
Little
appreciate your
things.
friends,
Yeah,
your parents, whatever. All that comes in clean.
Yeah. Just choosing who you want to live with.
Yeah, fair. So I must say, I didn't have too many bad flatmates or whatever you want to call them. They were okay. Like exactly what you said. I think they were like, programmed to behave in a certain way.
Because
you feel unnecessary.
Because these guys are coming in with dreams of being on Big Boss,
Yeah.
right? So where does that come from? Because they've seen so much of Big Boss.
Right.
I hadn't seen a single season.
I hadn't seen a single season.
Whatever little I saw was after we started talking. Then I started seeing little
Snippets,
clips,
which is not the same thing
because
as following.
I can't sit through an entire episode of that.
It's
because
a long
I don't have the
feature.
patience.
It's a long feature.
I don't have the
Yeah.
patience for it, man.
Yeah. No, fair, completely.
yeah.
And my biggest problem was that it's very pro-vegetarian. I mean, end of the day, all I'm
That's
getting is
true. I had the
eggs
same
and fighting
problem.
over
Eggs.
chicken. I'm like, what am I going to eat?
Yeah, I had the same problem.
And we are like hardcore. So the others are all okay. They can mix and match, and I'm like, I'm stuck now.
So, but my hardcore also got put to the test. You know how? At one point in the beginning, they started fighting. They started saying that if you're non-vegetarian, you will get non-vegetarian food and nothing else. So, basically that if you're non-vegetarian, you will get eggs or chicken and mutton because we are low on vegetables. So, you will get no fucking vegetables or anything.
So you
I'm
cannot
like,
have the other, no rice or anything.
I was like, fiber किधर से आएगा? कैसे
But
निकलेगा बाहर?
if they gave me enough of just pure protein, eggs and stuff, I would still manage.
But
you're right.
only on protein, how will you live? 1 day, 2 day, third day? Come on, Cyrus, you're heading for fucking colon cancer, bro.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
I started missing my own wife. I've never felt that in my life.
That I can imagine, yeah.
No, in the sense that I have.
I was going to say, I was also missing a wife. No.
Chhoti.
But I was also missing my family.
But these small things, you never think of that till you're there, right? You don't think of family, friends, and all that before.
No, but for me, a big help was because I knew my son is not here. So, okay, if he's not here, I don't have the wife problem. So, so for me, it was my brothers, my son.
The support
my friend.
system, the family. But did he see the show?
No.
How old is he?
He's 13 now. Yeah.
Bro, he must have seen the show.
No,
They're
no,
too
no.
sharp, man.
No.
This generation of 13-year-olds, no way.
No. My son is a.
Do you know how big Boss
pretty
is?
manageable.
I mean, you know how big Boss is. It's just everywhere. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
It's 10 times
I
anything
realized
else.
after I came out.
Yeah. You were all over the internet every day. Every day.
I don't know about
some
that.
smart aleck comment to some chick here, some smart aleck
aleck
comment to some guy
I saw
there.
bits and pieces, but I'll never be able to catch up to full 1.5 months.
Did you make?
Because they churn out so much shit.
Yeah.
Every little thing that you say will
Your
be like
walk-
flung around like, job.
And out of context, so you can say
completely
anything.
out of context.
But did you make any friends?
Yeah, I mean, a few of them. Me and Arman got along quite well. He's like...
The Sanskrit scholar.
No, Arman is the... he's the guy, who everybody's picking on.
Best friend for life. If he
Yeah.
tells you that Bosri is a Sanskrit word meaning come here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the greatest
This
Indian.
is how he was defending himself. He said, I just said Bosri, that just means in Sanskrit come here. I was like, what? No, dude. ये बाहर निकल के Google करेगा फिर confirm करेगा.
London Blockley are Swedish guys who started a company. So look, he's not off the mark. If you can change cultures, you don't know what you'll find. Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah. And then apna Deepak Chaurasia was another guy I got along with. Then Sai Ketan Rao I got along with. Most of the people I got along
So
with.
have you been in touch post the Big Boss?
Yeah, bits. Yeah. I haven't met them, but I'm sure sooner or later it'll happen, like a meetup will happen.
We plan to meet lots of times, but I've kept my South Bombay card going. So finally one day, I think Falak called and said, we'll come to South Bombay. You tell us when and where.
He said, oh no, I'm in North Bombay right now.
He was like, now there's no way out, man. Scary.
He said, "Arey, आज ही मैं North Bombay आया."
Abhi Calcutta पहुंच गया, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's get into the AMAs.
What is this?
So, but no regrets, no, because I think it was very good for you. I think your what's the word? Popularity goes up.
I don't know about popularity, but
Not in
definitely
your circle of quality friends or whatever, maybe not, but I mean, across India, it's
more
huge.
people know about you.
100%. So
That's for sure.
How is that a negative?
I don't see the positive. For me, unless it's adding to my core ambition of, being an actor, filmmaker, or money-wise, yes, of course, it helped me a lot. Because
Some work must have come through. The people...
Nothing yet. So let's
You don't
see.
think?
Nothing yet.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm also because maybe, I don't know, right now is the time I hear that things are tough generally for a lot of people. So maybe it's because of that. But I assure you, I know
Who do you want to work with?
fucking offers.
Get my phone. Who do you want to work with? I'll call the Chutiya right now. And I say this with love.
That's why I'm not giving you the number. ये उनको सबको कॉल करके चूतिया बोलेगा.
Hey Chutiya, you remember me? I got this Chutiya friend.
तेरे को चूतिया बोला है.
Ouch. Okay. Langur is the person writing in. Should artists have political opinions? Furthermore, socially speaking, is it justified that people break their professional and personal relationships for political opinions? Okay, I'm not sure what it means, but should you express your views, I presume?
I think you should, yeah. Why not? I mean, you're not enjoying a very important part of what your rights are under the constitution if you're not able to express yourself freely, where you stand on issues.
Also, there's two sides to it. You're an artist, that's your work, and you're also a citizen of the country or the world or whatever, which is not necessarily, forget the work for a minute, and your views are as a human living in a society.
Yeah.
So why should you not express your views?
Yeah, I don't. The only reason why I think people don't, especially in our business, is because they don't want the hate.
Rub people the wrong way.
Yeah. They don't want that. Oh, that if I lean towards one side politically, the entire fucking crowd on the other will start hating me and not watching my movies. So that's the clear and present danger.
And what is this break the professional and personal relationship? You fought with people over your opinions?
I would never do that. I have friends who have diametrically opposite
But remain
views,
friends.
but are friends. But I know a lot of friends who.
But you argue without getting into scraps.
Yeah. But I have a lot of friends who stop being my friends because of my political views also. So I've seen both. I would never do it. I would never do it.
But they just stop talking.
Yeah, slowly. Yeah.
Would you call this Chutiya behavior?
Yeah, definitely. Finally, we have a meeting point.
Okay.
This is definitely Chutiya behavior.
Dilip says, huge fan, sir, huge fan. There are many films, but your character in Titli was very disturbing. It's a praise, I suppose. Even after so many
Cyrus,
years.
don't call it Titli, na?
So, I'm Parsi. T is very tough.
Please, but Titli just makes it like Titli. This is very different from what the film is about.
Titli.
Yeah, that's better. I'm telling you, even that's better. Titli. You just do the list thing and say Titli.
Even after so many years, I just can't forget it. How were you able to pull it off? This is a big tribute to you.
That's because Kanu Behl had tied us to a fucking torture machine and he was torturing the fuck out of us for 1.5, 2 months. And that's how he got it out.
But you don't know how things are going to turn out anyway, right? When you're in the process of making the film and all, you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, true.
You're
There's
playing
never
with your
any
character,
guarantee.
you're doing whatever you can, you're experimenting here and there, but at the end of the day, you don't know how it turns out as in its whole holistic form.
That is a leap of faith, no doubt. I'm sure that happens with you also, with everything, even this podcast. It's a leap of faith. How you don't know how it's going to go, right?
You never know.
With every film, you don't know how it's going to finally go. But there are signs you try to pick up on the signs, like Kanu and Atul Mongia. We started, working together. The script was a great sign of what it is. If a writer director can put his vision down on paper, chances are they can put it on film celluloid. So these are little markers.
Does it go the other way ever, where you feel everything is correct but it didn't work out well?
That also happens, yeah.
Which means that films is like a complete lottery to some extent.
I wouldn't say like a lottery, meaning that's chance. But I'm saying in film there is always something which is left to chance.
You think you have a winner and it turns out to be a dud.
That can
not successfully. I mean, just when you look at it, are you proud of it or not?
Yeah, it can. I have been through that as well.
Rohit asks, Ranvir, what are the memories of working in the film Khosla Ka Ghosla? We talked about that. And what was the impact the film had on him as an actor? You said your two founding fathers are these two films. What is the
I
fight?
didn't say my
I'm trying to fight because we went
fathers.
all over.
I had said the fucking place of my birth.
Jamna movie.
So it was, So these were the two which kind of put me on the map as an actor.
Okay, but you don't need to discuss more about Khosla Ka Ghosla, I think. Although at that you're working with all these veterans and a few of them.
Anupam ji, but
Baman was new. Who else was there?
Kiran ji was there.
Veterans,
So I mean, they were mixed. They were newbies. Or Parveen was there. Tara was there.
But you didn't feel threatened or worried or all that?
No. It was a very like a family chilled out kind of a room. And due credit to Anupam ji on that. Anupam Kher. He held us together not just at the shoot. Even when the film was going through a tough period. You know, Anupam ji, Baman, Jaideep, these guys, I mean, they stood shoulder to shoulder with the producers and saw it through, you know.
When you were on location in like outside somewhere in North India, somewhere in Punjab or UP or wherever it was shot, do you get conveyance?
What does that mean?
Yeah, Mumbai mein conveyance to milega. You
like
conveyance
cash?
To come and go.
I mean, why am I discussing my contract with you, man?
I'm just thinking, if I'm shooting in Delhi, but I live in Bombay and they're paying for Delhi and the home and the place and they're transporting me, can I still apply for conveyance? These are very legitimate questions.
I don't think about these things, Cyrus. I mean,
Sir,
honestly...
you don't think about the right things. You're worrying too much about the character.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend time thinking about conveyance. I'd rather waste my time thinking about character.
A word comes to mind, Ranvir. Okay. Kazillion says, Cyrus hated being in Big Boss. What was your experience in the house like? And as they have done so with previous contestants, if you were again asked to participate in a later season, would you do so again?
Read my lips. No.
Okay, I never hated being in Big Boss. There were moments I hated. But I think the people were quite, it was okay. But like exactly what you said about them, having this sort of performance that they're doing. So once you understand that they're, you just don't take them seriously beyond a point.
No, but even in what happened with me, first 3 weeks, I was being all zen and all like, okay, these guys are doing
with your
like,
beard.
Yeah. Then after 3 weeks, one task happened because then you start knowing who is going how nuts about winning this thing and then how much they are willing to go out on a limb and be chutiyas.
Correct.
So by then what happened is one big task happened in which I bled and all. I got like cuts and bruises everywhere and it was like these guys were behaving really badly. The guys who had become kind of...
The competitive ones.
Who had become my enemies in it. All like big social media following and all these guys. So after that, I was like, fuck you. Then if two can play this game, I'm going to play how you guys are playing. So that's when I started getting competitive too. So a lot of people I think didn't like that. I'm talking about the viewers. They were like, oh, this guy was
so cool and laid back.
And chill, and now why is he now become? So to them, I want to say this. I have a problem with you. I'll try to sort it out with you. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But instead of things getting sorted out between us by talking to each other, you're just becoming worse and you're just fucking my trip so badly that I'm bleeding and all. I'm not going to waste my time talking to you after that. I'll talk to the other people who have a problem with you.
Also, you're talking to them and that's okay, but the behavior continues.
Yeah, because they think because everybody's cut off from the outside world, everybody's using their own imagination and estimates on what is working for their audience outside.
You're right. Yeah.
Right? And I don't have a social media following and I was not regular Big Boss viewer or...
You don't have the Big Boss culture basically.
So
it's a shame.
So I was doing my thing, Then after 3 weeks, I said, okay, let's try your thing. And then apparently the people are whining. Why did you become
But Ranvir, don't you think we should make it part of the curriculum for kids? Everyone should be on Big Boss.
I'm honestly telling you, that is a really strong idea.
It's going to happen. The way the world is progressing.
I'm not saying we should, but we should definitely think about it. I think it'll bring fortitude.
Yeah. Instead of going to the army for 2 years, this is our version of in the world 21st century.
Big Boss house for 2 months.
Sunny says, you have been part of so many mid-budgeted modern cult classics. That's not a negative.
Bro, that kind of like describes my career actually.
But you said you like the
mid-budgeted.
Sunny's got it. I think Sunny's a female. Has got it right.
Not budget. I had said middle of the
Middle
road.
of the-
Mid-rung.
middle of the road.
I meant artistically, not budget.
But sometimes the budget is also somewhere in the
But
middle.
that
no?
person has hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
my career.
This is
middling is my
This is
career.
no Chhutiya, this Sunny.
My life is that. Middling.
That could be your bio.
Middling.
Middle of the road. Yeah. Like Toba Texing?
Oh yeah, to what extent? Yeah.
Between India and Pakistan, the no man's land.
Yeah.
Oh, padde giddi yanks di begyani di mung di dalo di Pakistan
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Indian government. Sunny,
Pankaj ji had played that, I think.
correct. How much freedom do you get to improvise in movies compared to high budget movies? These ones that you like, if you have to look at.
So I don't think low budget or high budget has anything to do with it. It has to do with the filmmaker, how comfortable they are.
You explain this slightly, yeah.
Yeah, so it depends on how the director wants to play it. There are very good directors who won't let you fucking move a punctuation mark. And
But when you work twice with the same guy like a Rajat or Sagar
so-
or whatever,
yeah, so
then
becomes-
obviously there's a relationship. You can take a lot more liberties, I'm sure.
Yeah. Because that trust is there. Na? Okay, this person will understands where I'm coming from. That is it. Yeah, it's a relationship of trust. You know?
Is Ranveer going to direct?
Well, Ranveer started with the ambition of being a filmmaker. So I think somewhere down the line, yeah.
As in, you'll be acting and directing or just making a film from the other side of the camera?
Can't say because right now I'm not even getting acting work. So
You can
fuck
cast
it,
your-
Cyrus. What do
But Ranveer, you can cast yourself. Done. You solve the problem. Producer chahiye? Phone. I'll get you. You're okay with cash, no? I can't believe that. But he's got how many releases which are held up at the
So
moment?
I have another series, at least 2 series which are due, and I have at least 2 or 3 films which are due, and I'm really hoping that they also come out soon, like Shekhar Home did.
What if they all come out together? It'll be a glut.
That also happens, and then you know what happens? People say, "Look, this guy is
Overexposed.
chutiya banaying. He's saying that he doesn't have work. Look at how to tell them this is being shot like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago. You know." So I mean, it's damn difficult trying to keep the audience.
So what's your income like totally? I mean, if you had to go through it, how much have you made?
Like in life. I have a house now of my own, which is a huge thing for me.
Right?
So yeah,
Separate from the family.
it's
not
my
your
house.
parents' house,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
house.
So that's the big achievement that I have at 52,
It's huge.
which is I have my own house. Yeah.
You have your own house, you have 4 houses. But that's all inherited, so it's not fair.
No, mine were not inherited.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
My father left us with debt. So
At least he left you something.
Yeah, we had to start from under the khadda.
Oh my God. Yeah. So before we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to talk about that's coming out or something in your head that you think you've left out in your wonderful career?
No, I'm just happy that I came here today to chat with you. I was like,
How to kill time.
Yeah, no, honestly, because Cyrus, let's take a moment to talk about you. You and Kunal
Close.
honestly are one of the funniest fucking
Ugliest
people,
men in India.
funniest people I know.
Oh.
And I followed your career right from from MTV.
But that was it.
No, come on, don't be so humble. So I was very excited to come today to
I
chat with
remember
you.
we used to meet at parties, but we
Yeah.
never really interacted
Yeah.
because the companies were.
We have so many commons.
But drinking stories, I remember we were at parties and somebody said, Ranveer's here, go and say hello and all that. But unfortunately, we never had really a relationship of any kind.
Yeah.
So I was chasing somebody else's wife and, I was
I was
young.
chasing my ex-wife that
You were
time.
chasing your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have you been married?
Once.
Oh, once. Okay.
Come on. I learn quickly.
Yeah. No, he's had 3 RDOP.
Wow.
Yeah. He's
3 cameras, huh?
He's 27.
3 cameras. Yeah.
Before getting married, he had full hair, all black, no issues with any body parts and, nervous system, digestive system.
No, marriage or no marriage, you got to take care of yourself, bro. No doubt about that.
Intermittent fasting.
Yep.
Yeah. How many hours do you go without eating? 16.
16, yeah.
Don't you get angry?
No.
Ranveer, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Wow.